Hello guys, join me in this progressive hip opening sequence. This is going to be good for sports injuries, people who play golf or any kind of sport that they've got like lower back or hip tightness. So come onto your mat and extend your legs forward and notice what your body feels like as you just round your back, lift your chest. Try to sit up straight. This is the first stage in correcting hip alignment and back therapy. Sitting up straight without the use of a wall or a chair. You may place a cushion under your sit bones for this. Now, you may want to get a towel or a strap or a belt. I've got a tiny little tea towel. And wrap it around the feet and pull the chest forward. So you may need a longer towel. You may not need one at all. But what we're trying to avoid here is rounding the back. So train the body to be still and straight in a seated position on the floor. Now lie down and grab your right shin bone and just begin to circle the foot. Lift the head, lift the leg. Now use your belt again or just grab the back of the leg and start to draw the leg towards your head. This is the first hamstring stretch. So we bend the knee, come back down and then take the leg over to the left side and then open the hip to the right side. Take it back over to the left side and then over to the right side. And then come back to center, extend the leg back up, lift the head again, grab the ankle and just stretch that hamstring. Just breathe and stretch. Release that leg, let it go. So these are the warm-ups. Circling the left leg, holding onto the left shin bone. Extending the leg up, grab the ankle or the knee, or use a belt or a tea towel. And just see what that hamstring feels like. Maybe rub it, give it a little bit of heat into the hamstring. Bend the knee, open the hip to the left side, take it over to the right side, opening to the left side, back over to the right side, and then back to center. Hug the knee into the chest, extend the leg up again, and again just a second hamstring stretch, and then release that leg, let it go. Both legs in the air, open them as wide as you possibly can, and then just place the backs of your hands inside, create some resistance, and just rock a little bit from side to side. Bending the knees, pulling the knees to the outer edge of the ribs. If you can reach your feet, pull on the outer edges of your feet. Breathe into your hips, breathe into your pelvis now. This is our happy baby. Bending the knees and then coming all the way over to seated. So we're going to bend the right leg and take the knee out to the side. We need to really protect our knees. So if that knee is sore, take the leg straight until the knee's recovered. Then start to ease your chest forward into the space. You may only want to take your hands down. You may find that there is extreme tightness there. Now we're going to do a little twist over to the left side. So right hand outside left knee or ankle or foot if you can reach your foot. Just lengthen the body forward. Take a nice twist here. Just enjoy the feeling. Hips are warming, hips are releasing. So we'll swap to the left side now. Bending the left leg, placing a block underneath or extending the leg out to the side. Easing the body forward into the space. Finding as much space in our bodies as we can. Coming back to center. Raising that left hand and bringing it outside the right knee. Reaching for the foot or just staying with the knee. So it's a little lower back twist and release here. And just breathe into those tight spots. Come back. And then we're just seated wide leg. Again, place a block underneath your sit bones, particularly if the pelvis is drawing backwards. And then just take a little rock from side to side. If you haven't got a block, use a cushion. Go round in circles, bringing the chest forward. and then extending the fingers forward. Take your time with this one. Engage the legs, flex the feet, and then just go as far as the body will allow you to go. Remember, if you save this, repeat it every day, every day. The hips are going to give, they are going to become more supple, the back is going to be healthier. And you won't know yourself. After a few months, regular hip stretches, the circulation in the groin and the energy in the spine and the nervous system will be greatly improved. So we call this the diamond-shaped legs, feet together. Grab the ankles, stay there, or grab the feet, or place your elbows onto your ankles, supporting your chin. So again, we want to work slowly towards these stretches. Never ever overdo it. Just gauge what your body's ready for. Then place one cupped fist on top of the other and place your forehead on top. And then I'm showing you here what you're aiming to strive towards, which is bringing the forehead down onto the mat. Maybe save that for another day. So coming up, bending the right leg back, toes pointing backwards, calf muscle rolls out. Just lift the sit bones and just see how the body's experiencing this bent leg seated position. What does your knee feel like? What does the hip feel like? If there's a little bit of pain there, just stay with it for a moment. If there's sharp stinging pain in the knee at any point, then you back off. So a little forward fold there, nothing too major. Bending the left leg back, same principle applies. Just notice how the knee feels. Notice how your ankle feels. Where are your tight spots? Where can you let go? Can you stay here? Can you breathe into this area? Can you breathe into your hamstring, to your lower back, into your knee, and into your hip? Slowly release. Give those knees a thank you rub. So this is like a cross-legged position. We're bending the left leg in front, and then we're taking the right heel in front of the left knee. Now this is not cross-legged. The legs are forward. So take your feet forward of your knees and walk your feet out to the width of the mat. Then flex the feet. Place the hands on the hip flexors. Lift the chest. Big breath in, and then exhale. We go forward slowly. Now this is extremely strong in the hip, in the pelvic region, in the glute, in the piriformis. So I really recommend you keep coming back to this one. And eventually you'll be able to reach as far forward as my hands are going. The forehead may come down. But even I'm feeling it there. I'm really feeling it. Very, very strong. So then we do the other side. So bending the right leg, heel level with knee, left heel in front of right knee, strong flexion, thumbs pressed down in the hip creases, lift the chest, inhale, and then exhale, bring yourself forward, extend your arms, and just breathe into those glutes. You are really going to feel this one. That's it, just enjoy the sensation of a productive pain, a good pain. Something's releasing, something in the hips. When we've done that, take the knees wide, come onto your forearms and turn your feet out to the sides for frog. And rocking slowly back and forth, breathing out as you rock back, breathing in as you go forward. Incidentally, the wider the knees are, the easier this feels, the nicer it feels on the knees. It comes off the hard bony tissue onto some fleshy tissue. So work on getting the legs as wide as you can. Coming out of frog, coming up, and then working our way down into squat. So just keep rocking from side to side, feet hip distance or maybe even wider. Pressing the arms into the knees, heels down hopefully. Hands are in prayer. Coming into Malasana Yogi squat. Stay there a little bit longer. When you come out of it, bring yourself into down facing dog. Rock your hips from side to side, pressing one heel down firmly, pressing the other heel down firmly, and then just coming into down facing dog, stretching the upper body, the upper back. Spread the toes, and then come back through to seated. We're going to lie down on our backs, bring our heels, feet together, let the knees drop open. Notice if there's any resistance there. Try and practice the art of surrendering. Just breathe and allow gravity to aid in this gorgeous hip stretch. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just stay for a moment longer. Breathing softly. When you're ready to come out, grab the outer thighs. Bring yourself into seated position. And we'll come into Baddha Konasana now, so seated butterfly. So I've struggled with this one. It's been a long journey for me. As we know, the hips store a lot of fear, a lot of tension. So this one is all about trusting, releasing, surrendering, letting go of whatever it is that's stored there in the hip area. When you're ready, thumbs go inside the feet, the hips roll forward, and we try to bring ourselves down. But don't worry about bringing yourself forward just yet. You can just sit here and allow the knees to open. And you can spend time after time just seated, wide leg, wide knee. When you come out of this one, bring the knees together with your hands. Come on to all fours and take right foot forward, coming into a nice crocodile lunge. If you can bring your forearms down on the ground, do so, and make sure that left leg is as far down the mat as you can. So we release, get ready to swap sides, forearms down. Remember, this is just a quick hip routine to maintain the health, the flexibility, the blood supply, the mobility, so that when you do your squash, your running, your cycling, your rock climbing, whatever it is you do, you've got that open strength, that good blood supply, the healthy lower back, healthy range of motion in the hip. So, taking right foot on top of left thigh, all the way up the top. And again, you can see that I'm just working towards the full lotus here. When I practiced this many years ago, it was extremely painful, but I used to do it anyway. And then the hips, kind of the nervous system kind of widens, the map of the body and the nervous system accepts more and more the more you do things like this. So the second time round, it's like the body's saying, oh yes, I remember this. So never give up. Even if something seems impossible, never give up. Just keep returning to it and notice those tiny, tiny subtle changes. So when we've done the lotus, we're lying back down on our back. We're going to grab the right leg again, holding the ankle, moving into half happy baby, pressing the knee down towards the mat, outside the rib cage, and then extending that leg over as far as you can. Big stretch now. Release that leg. Let's try the left side. Extend the leg. Greet the leg. Half happy baby again. Really pull down. Get that knee to come down outside the rib cage. Feel it in the hip area. And then another big stretch for the hamstring. Just measure your progress, practice with patience, cultivate patience in your practice. Releasing. And then extending the arms out to the side, rolling the knees to the left, rolling the knees to the right. Taking right foot across left knee, dropping both legs to the left side. Gorgeous spinal twist, release. Left heel over right knee, bring both knees down to the right side. Release the lower back. Extend both legs up and over towards the head. Stretching out the lower back. Final happy baby. Legs wide again. Maybe they'll touch down. Maybe tomorrow. Release. Come down on your back. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Shake it all out. Release the hands down onto the ground. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And just notice how the hips feel. Feel that warmth, feel that heat. Feel that sense of aliveness as something has been released. Maybe there was something stuck there. Maybe a little bit of tight muscle tissue, maybe a stuck emotion. But just be grateful and thank yourself for giving yourself this time. Giving yourself this time to look after your body, look after your hips, look after your lower back and your hamstrings, looking after you. When you've finished your Shavasana, come up into half lotus and just feel a sense of gratitude and notice anything that arises. Thank you for sharing this hip stretch with me. Leave some comments, give me some feedback, and maybe share it to some friends who are in sport. Namaste. Thank you.